Hi class, welcome back from spring break. I wanted to touch bases with you all on a few things this week as we get started. So the first thing I want to tell you is that I have finished most of the grading for the last half of the semester. All I'm finishing up grading right now is the midterm. I grade test one question at a time, which means like I grade everybody's number one, then everybody's number two. It helps me to be very consistent about my grading and what I am and am not deducting points for, what I am and am not giving points for, what I'm kind of letting go of in people's answers. So I'm trying to be as consistent as I can. So I only have I believe 3 more questions to grade. I'll probably, by the time I post this video, have graded another one of the questions. I have muted the assignment, which means that right now, until I finish grading the final, you won't be able to see your overall grade in the class or your grade for the exam, I don't believe. And I did this because as I'm grading one at a time, if I'm taking points off, in your comments, I'm putting a comment, and I noticed as I've been grading that students are coming back and responding to those comments and asking me questions about like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? What's going on? I don't understand what you're trying to tell me here. And you won't understand until it's all done. So I'm going to go ahead and explain a little bit of the way it's going to look for you. You will get a grade back, as you know. As I said, I am grading all the short answer questions. You will see in your comments a number and then some explanations or maybe even a question. These are rhetorical questions all of the time. Every time I ask you a question in the comment section, it's rhetorical. I'm noticing that some students are going back and answering the questions. It's rhetorical. I'm asking you to think about something, or that's the way I'm thinking when I'm grading. So if I say like, well, what about discrimination? It means you didn't include that information and I wanted it, so what about it? So I'm not asking you to answer those questions. And the number that you're seeing corresponds to the number for that question, not the points. So if you see 27, I'm talking about question 27, 28, things like that. You will notice there was a question about protective and risk factors, and I asked you to define it. I believe that was question 28. If you gave me examples and did not just define it, I gave you additional points. And I would give you 1 additional point if you gave me a or many examples of a protective factor, as well as 1 additional point if you gave me 1 or many examples of risk factors. So therefore, for that question, you could have gotten 2 extra points. Please note, and I'm trying to make this very clear in the grading, some of you have given me incorrect definitions for protective or risk factors, and therefore, but you're giving me correct examples. Therefore, you may have gotten 2 points for the question, but I'm telling you in your comments that your definitions were incorrect, but I gave you points for the examples. So that's how the grading is going to go for that. I will be as quick as possible to get this done. I'm hoping that I can have this done and graded by Tuesday or Wednesday. I really apologize for not getting this done sooner. You guys probably do not know, but maybe one day we'll find out. Grading is very tedious. It is very long, and I really like to take my time about it, make sure I'm doing the best job I can. So it takes, sometimes I have a goal for myself and I can't meet it, and I apologize for that because I know you guys are anxious. So I'm being as quick as I can. I hope to be done by Wednesday and maybe even sooner than that. So that is that. This is in regards to the materials this week. This will be the last week you're with the discussion group you're with now. Next week, we will be changing discussion groups, so be on the lookout for that. I know some of you guys like to say your goodbyes in your discussion, so go forward, say your goodbyes. This week, I'm asking you in your discussion a very specific question. I'm a lot younger than many of you probably think. I was very recently a college student, and one of the things that really